cage at this point. We got to go ahead and welcome our boy Chris A1 Tipmore back to the building, man. What's going on, Chris?
Hey, what's happening? How y'all feeling?
A1, what it is, what it
You up
do.
in here now?
Brother A1.
Hey, A1. A1 just slid in here so casually or whatnot. You know how you got the cousin, like all the food, look, all the food done been put on the table. He just came in here like pops on Boomerang. Just
You got to coordinate.
he just coordinating up in here. Pops on Boomerang. That's what he doing.
Oh boy.
Hey man, you know I got to cut. You know I got to cut up with your ass at least once, man. Come on,
Nah,
now.
he came in here like come.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he brought. No, you know what? He brought some ice. That's what he ended up bringing. He brought ice in the building, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the liquor got to stay cold too.
Finest ice in Atlanta. Finest ice in Atlanta.
Hey, you know what? But it's okay. He pretty much letting everybody know
That's how we players roll.
that's pretty much how we rolling tonight.
Mhm.
Hey, but man, shout out to the chat tonight. We got folks from A1 and Smitty's platform tapping in with us tonight. We definitely appreciate y'all stopping in the cage, man. We got plenty of food and hors d'oeuvres and wings for y'all. Since the Atlanta Hawks can't get nobody no wings, we got you over here.
Oh man. Yeah.
Appreciate
Hey,
you.
man. It happens.
So we got something else we gonna talk about. Now we talked about the offense. We pretty much are talking about the free agencies. Let's go ahead and go around the round table, and I want you guys to give reasons for your grades that you're going to give them. We're all going to give grades, and for those that are in the chat, we want you to give a grade on how the first day of free agency went in your opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with K-Dub. I'm sorry, with Chris, because he just got in here. Chris, so for the first day, what do you give it, and why do you give it that grade?
First day. I feel like it'd be fair to give it like an A minus, considering the fact that we had to work with a salary cap that was really against us. We already knew it was going to be ugly, just because of Kirk Cousins, just because of this all the other moves that we've made. We just knew coming in that it was going to be challenging, and we also see that Ian Cunningham is really more so of a man of his word, and that's a thing we have to get used to, getting to know our GM just the same way we had to get to know Terry Fontenot. This man, he hates not having draft picks, so we know that. So even with the draft picks that we have, and with the moves being made already, being able to sign 12 guys and then technically 13 when you're talking about Natron, so that's 13 guys. You made moves. And the reason why it's an A minus is because I'm leaving a little room for improvement because the draft is coming up. So that A minus could definitely be an A plus by the time we get done. He navigated with the salary cap the best way he can. It looks real familiar to Terry Fontenot when he first came in. He had to clean up some messes as well. And now here comes Ian having to clean up what Terry left behind and start. And he said, I'm not going to mortgage the future to fit the now. The moves that he has been making, he's fitting the now. Let's get through this year because next year is going to be more so of sunshine than the rain that it's going to be this year. So
I got to give him
I ain't
this
going to lie
prop.
to you, the way he navigated, I got to give him his props, and I give it an A minus with the chance of it being an A plus if he can nail the draft.
And remember how much he only spent on that first day, $17 million on that first day. With all these pieces that he brought in on the first day, not speaking about what he got today and everything, only $17 million was spent to bring in a couple of pass rushers, a linebacker, a quarterback, two receivers. I mean, when you really look at that, that was a hell of a bargain. And you brought in a tight end. So again, $17 million to give us at least a little bit of a cushion. I'm with that, but let's go ahead and ask Graybeard since he popped right back in. He had to go grab him a plate of wings and grab a beer. What you got?
No, man. Barack about to make me pick him choice word to him tomorrow, man. Kirk keep going out the way it is, but to piggyback what A1 was saying, I understand the message about our new GM. He's about business first and foremost. It's about the logo. It's logo business over everything. First and foremost, he can the tone of that day one. Like, hey, it's about the logo. No, hey, no, don't take it personal. It's just business. For the move that he making, like historian said, 17 million, just day one.
Shit.
I mean, he's literally just like, look, if we can make it to this year, we'll have an abundance of sunshine next year with the amount of cap and draft pick we can have. That therefore we can put him in better position to go after potential need and be able to get some potential high free agent, which we rarely even come into Atlanta because, like historian said earlier, man, it look like we just become the NFL retirement home or whatever, or whatever. The outreach program to get checked. Go
I
to
told
me,
you this.
man.
It's the
I
Social
do.
Security office for old players right here. I've been saying that for the longest. Hell,
Hey man, you really about to go down on the roller coaster, man.
it's
But
the truth. We took
fried
Steven
bologna
Jackson,
sandwich in
Todd
hand and
Gurley.
everything.
Come on, man.
Hey, I'm just saying, guys do get like they final big payday or they final checks. They like from Atlanta most of the times. It does happen.
I
Let's be
mean,
real. It's a mix
we
between.
did have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man come in for one game
Lord have mercy.
back in 2015, just not even to play the entire preseason game, and he took $1 million off of him. So yeah, I do understand.
But great bit. Let's be real, and I'm gonna pass this to Smitty, and then we're gonna get K Dub and then Cam. Let's be real. Just like I said earlier, you got the retirement home on one side, where you get these old time players that come in and take these checks and get their Social Security and get their retirement. You pretty much got the Piedmont penthouses, where you got Troy Anderson that's up in there holding up the tapioca part. Tua is getting ready to buy the Jello room, and then you pretty much got our quarterback that we drafted up in the damn gauze and Band-Aid room that he owns. And let's just be honest, fellas. And then you got the halfway house at the bottom.
Oh Lord.
I'm just saying. It's the reason I'm saying that we got a couple of jail. We get jailbirds every 5 to 7 years. Come on, man.
Man, look, that light finna tear your ass up.
Man, what?
Man, you know these teams, God, you're gonna have some knuckleheads, man. I just hope we come up. I hope we come up out of it. But I've been saying that we need a couple guys. I didn't want them to get in this kind of mess, but we need some guys that's not so clean cut. So he's just one of them.
Yep. But you know what? We all said we didn't want church boys here. But Smitty,
you far from a church boy.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we can keep clowning, but this is what I wanted. But I just didn't want those kind of charges, dealing with a woman. But I mean, I didn't want the choir guys. I didn't want these clean cut, yes sir, no sir guys. I mean, that's not was going to win a Super Bowl. We got to get a couple. I ain't saying a team full of them, but a couple guys. That's a couple knuckleheads.
Hey man, we can't go back. Look, we can't go back to the days of the Raiders of the 70s and the 80s, boy. With all them jokers, they really was at the halfway house.
Don't forget the Cowboys of the 90s. What you talking about?
Yeah, man.
The only reason I said that because at the time they was able to tote guns at that time on airplanes. So again, a little different. But Smitty, what you got for the grade, buddy?
Man, they was no line before the game though.
They did tell the truth in the documentary The Cocaine Cowboys. They said it was still a lineman, and it was Cowboys lineman snorting.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know firsthand because my cousin Larry Brown played for the Steelers at that time. He got 4 rings, and he confirmed that. Yep. Y'all can look him up. Where's number 87? Came out of Kansas State. And was a tight end and got converted to being a lineman after his first few years. So
the key to victory. Oh, what a rush.
Hey man.
So Spitty, what you got?
Hey, them boys, they blow so much powder, boy, they could have opened their own bakery, boy. I'm telling you. But yeah, my grade, I'm gonna stick with the 8 that I gave them before. The way I look at it, man, they brought in veteran pieces in the Johan Dotson. I saw that all the way from left field. But you got to think about the mentorship part. and we talked about that with Kirk Cousins, and I believe this is just my opinion. I don't think he was helping Mike Penix like they say he was. He was putting on for the TV. When you talk about praying before they walk out on the field, that's all good and dandy. But what was he doing behind the scenes? I think this is what Tua is going to do, teaching him the system. I don't think Kurt taught him the system, because if he had, I think he would have been a little bit more further along in his progress. But now that he has coaches that can help him progress, this is what I like the most. And with the players, such as the Ebu Cam, who came in today, Aziz Ojolari, they helped Jalen Walker along. They helped this young defensive lineman. We lost Onyemata. I hated that. But at the same time, you can get young at that position as well. And with the two that you got in the middle right now, in Aurora and Dorless, I think you head down the right path.
I think it was time to lose on your motto, though.
Yeah, he's up in age, and they were getting younger. But as far as tight end, just all the positions, they just added the much needed depth. And he's told us he was going to do that. And he was up there at Indy working his magic. You see it. So it's just an A to me, because I'm looking at depth, I'm looking at experience, and we talk about injuries, but injuries can happen to anybody. Yep. Let's just pray that, if it does happen, it just doesn't happen at the inopportune time. So I give it an A, man, all day long.
Well, if them injuries happen, man, we got penthouses up in Piedmont for them.
Hey, leave Piedmont.
Let's keep some players out of Piedmont this year, man.
Please.
Hey, I want them to stay up out of there, but let's be real. Just our luck that we've had, we've seen a lot of key guys go down, unfortunately.
I don't want to hear Piedmont, Wellstar. I don't want to hear Emory. I don't want to hear nothing.
Did you just say World Star? Really?
Wellstar.
Oh, where?
Yeah. I can't Wellstar, not World Star.
Care.
I'm about to say.
This fool said,
Care.
bruh.
Don't be ignorant your whole life.
I had Wellstar, not World Star.
It sounded like you said World Star at first. I'm not gonna lie.
I had Wellstar. The reason why we in the mess right now, because we got a few players on World Star. So now we need to chill on that.
See what you did.
Yeah.
So
uppercut.
I would say, now that we touched on it, everybody gave grades or whatnot. Folks in the chat, we appreciate you guys for tapping in with that. Yeah. Definitely got to take a quick commercial break real quick. We got to pay some bills. You know how it goes. Hey, definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in. So we'll be right back. We're going to go ahead and go to the refrigerator, get some Kool-Aid, some liquor, whatever you want. Hey, man, we'll be right back. Inspiration comes in many forms. However, we've got a way that we can get your mornings jump started and your days with a shot of Quavo, hosted by inspirational guru Cinque Mentor, better known as Scoop. He's going to have a lot of positive outlooks and from a different perspective on how to handle situations. You don't want to miss out. Catch him daily in the mornings and in the afternoons. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back. Just had to take a little quick break. Hey, that's our boy Quavo, Black Wall Street, as we call him. He does motivational speaking. Definitely trying to get him out there. And he also does taxes too. So if you're in the Atlanta area that tunes in, definitely check out his tax company. But let's get back to these Falcons right about now. So next thing that we're going to talk about with the Falcons is pretty much next season's Falcons future fortune for free agency. As you can see, I got the 5 Fs and an A. So that's the only time I'm okay with seeing 5 Fs on a report card is when you seeing this. But 7 draft picks next year, over $150 million that's going to have access that we're going to have access to, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. How do you feel as if we're going to go about next year? Because this is a soft reset. We're going to have a really tough reset next year when we start bringing in talent and possibly free agents.
I think it's determined on how we do this year, what we're going to start drafting for next year. We got to see what we're going to be good at first and foremost, and we're going to see where we're going to need improvements with. I do think some of that money will be allocated on signing players long term, i.e. Drake, i.e. Bijan, first round, players like that of that nature. So I think that's where my opinion is on that.
No, I wholeheartedly agree. With that. Honestly, like I said earlier, with what we've done so far as bringing in depth pieces, we're really going to see who's going to solidify their spot to stay here. And then we're also going to continue to look younger and bring in more pieces that are going to help us moving forward. And a lot of people might not like this, but it's really time we start kicking the tires on AJ Terrell, to be honest. Because as the number one, he's not that guy. He's not the guy. And I've said it since his college days. We need to start kicking the tires on that. See what we can do to bring in players who don't kick as much as him, because he's starting to look like Desmond Trufant 2.0. And it's really sad. As much talent
Well,
as
you
that
cold,
young man
Coach.
has, that's how bad he looks the past
You
2
cold.
seasons.
Boy,
And I don't really care how people. I really don't care how people feel about it, but that's just what it is. And if you look at his look at his grade. The boy's been terrible. Let's call it for what it is.
Hey
So,
man, you all right?
hey,
I'm
You
gonna call it for what it
good?
wait
is.
a
I'm gonna
minute.
call it for what it is.
Wait a minute. You
Yeah.
literally came off the top rope screaming like Fabo in the club. Just you came in here swinging off the damn chandelier.
Nah,
Like
brother.
I
Nah.
ain't gonna lie. Coach Cam looking real.
I'm
Looking
enjoying
real slide snooker coming off of that cage. You just did.
All right, like, man,
Hey,
hey,
he
man,
just
you
came
good?
in here
You good?
hollering. What damn? Can't
Super fly.
I mean, Cam, you good, bro? Is there anything you
Nah,
need out of the check?
no.
Hey.
But honestly, like if we're looking to be stronger for next season or even this season, right? AJ Terrell has had a pretty long. Oh, Braylon Trice, he owns the hospital. He's the president.
No.
Hey, look.
Him and Troy
He don't.
Anderson. He's the
Wait a minute.
president.
No,
He's the vice
Troy
president.
no.
Troy
Troy
Anderson is the president. Braylon Trice is the vice president.
Yeah.
He's right
Exactly.
there with him.
Yeah,
Who
he's
do
second in
you
command.
Who do you
Y'all
think
do.
trying to sell? Who do you think trying to sell two of the Jello bar? Come on, man.
Man.
Y'all ain't right, boy.
Y'all
ain't
out of
right,
control.
And it's
I'm
the
trying to
green
tell you.
jello up there too.
Exactly. Look, with a stand of tapioca pudding over there in the cut.
Not the pudding.
Yes, the tapioca pudding. Ah,
That's the last thing he need right now.
Hey, look.
You don't.
Hey, man.
You don't need that.
you see,
But what
you
them
know what?
other guys are saying, I just feel like this, like he's saying, it's a evaluation year. We evaluate everybody from top to bottom. I mean, even my guy Penix, man, everybody's getting evaluated because we're gonna have money next year. Who wants it? Who got to go earn it? So that's why a lot of guys are on these prove it type of deals, because we want to see if you with this new coaching staff, everybody's picking up and learning a new offense, a new defense, unless you play with him under him in Cleveland. And we want to see who picks it up, who runs with it, who's successful, who's unsuccessful, because we're going to turn this thing around to get it going in a different direction. It may even look like a whole different team next year.
You probably is gonna be a new team next year.
And so what we gonna do right now, because you guys just mentioned something, and I think that right there plays a big role in it, because since you mentioned AJ Terrell, we're getting ready to go ahead and do a little something for y'all. We're getting ready to feature what we call the hunting ground spotlight that we do for college players that most of the media isn't talking about, or they're not getting much pub. And we got a cornerback in the wings right about now, Mr. Mansour.
Welcome to another edition of the Hunting Grounds in the Spotlight. Tonight, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Mr. Mansour Delane of LSU. This kid is one of the rangiest cornerbacks that you can talk about in this draft. About 6 feet tall, 190 pounds, definitely tenacious, physical, a ball hawk, and he's a guy that definitely would be an upgrade for the Atlanta Falcons. If we're going to sit back and talk about him, this kid brings an intangible of physicality to this ball club. And when you sit back and look at him, he's one of these guys that I would actually trust with my life on the line with a last-second pass at the bottom of the game. The only thing that he has to do is get a little bit more weight on him, and he has to get a little bit better with not biting on the head fakes. He's definitely one of those corners that you can trust in a tight squeeze. If there's anybody I would compare him to, he physically reminds me a lot of Rasheem Mathis, Bethune-Cookman legend, the Jacksonville Jaguar great. And he also is a guy that can play special teams for you while he's learning the book. So this is a guy that you would look at 4.4 speed, ball hawk, and one of these guys that could be a changer for your defense and could be a number one in some places, possibly a number two. I think he would pair well with AJ Terrell in this defense. But that's going to be a wrap for Mr. Mansour Delane today. Go ahead and drop your comments and likes, and we'll catch you then.
You either get right or you get left. Go.
Hey, man, that's a little bit of Mansour Delane. We do this every week when we talk about the hunting ground spotlight. Last week, we ended up talking about Curtis Allen, who could actually be a replacement for Tyler Algier. And speaking of that, we're actually going to have Curtis Allen's coach, Diego Ryland from Virginia Union, on the show on the 30th of this month coming up. Pretty much after all the HBCU combines, he definitely is going to be there, and he's going to talk a little bit about it. So definitely appreciate it. So folks in the chat, talk a little bit about Mr. Mansour, Mr. Delane. Please let me know what y'all think. But fellas, we're going to talk a little bit about this because Cam wanted to go ahead and kick the tires and pretty much start shooting at everybody, spraying and praying, and he done missed and hit all these innocent bystanders. So let's shoot it.
Oh, major look.
Oh, no, I was on target. I don't miss.
Right.
I'm pinpoint. I don't miss. I'll pull up my service record. I don't miss.
But you know what, though? I don't argue with you. I don't argue with you on that because at the end of the day, you pretty much know how we get down with this. So I look at it like this. A lot of people don't pay attention to it. I know everybody is saying they want these taller corners. Here's my thing. Rasheed Mathis was 6'1" and was a shutdown corner. Played the same type of ball, same size. And the funny thing, what's up?
And I said, Shasheen, that was my guy.
I actually went to school with his little cousin back in the day. So played ball at Sandalwood back in Duval. You know how I go. But like I said, I was cool with him, know him personally, nice guy, and definitely does a lot in the community. But when you talk about him being a technician and not afraid to hit anybody and as a ball hawk, he has those same intangibles. Literally, if you watch him, it's like watching Rasheed Mathis because he did it at Virginia Tech. And you know LSU is pretty much a DBU type of school.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a DB. That's a DB school. I mean, I don't mind taking a DB out of LSU.
So my thing is when you see a guy like that, and if he was to come into Atlanta in the type of defense that we run, he's 6 feet tall. You can still use Kobe Bryant in the slot, but this kid is a guy that can play on the outside, and he's not fragile like Mike Hughes. How do y'all feel about it?
It's not bad, man. Not a bad option, honestly, because, I mean, we're going to want those physical corners. You're going to want somebody that's good, like you said, can come up in a tight situation. Like you said you put your life on the line if Mr. Delane was out there on the final play. So again, so I'm not mad at it. I think you're going to have to bring in a corner anyway, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it, that's one position that we really didn't attack. I know we got Mike Hughes, but we got to keep Mike Hughes at least for this year for it to make sense cap wise. So with that being said, you still can bring in another guy who can be, and like you said, you still got Kobe Bryant, so that there's competition there. But you bring in another guy that you can groom, and one thing that Ian says he wants to do is he wants to draft guys, he wants to groom them, retain them, basically grow from within. So this would be like the start of the new regime corner, no matter who it is, whether it's Delane or no matter who we go get as far as corner. I do like Everett from Georgia, but I do I do actually like the size of both corners from Washington. So it's like there are a few different guys out there that, like, if we end up getting one of them, I'm not mad that we can groom them and bring them up through within our system. So regardless, at the end of the day, one day AJ Terrell is not going to be here, whether we want him to or not. And he's been holding it down for as long as he possibly can. But let's just be honest, we don't have anybody, or we didn't bring in anybody who can really challenge AJ Terrell or really just be his equal. You think about it, we don't even bring nobody who's even his equal. The Jeff Okudas and all the other stuff like that. We've tried the project guys, but let's just be honest. Everybody that we've brought in technically couldn't hold a candle either health-wise or skill-wise to AJ Terrell. So now, start bringing in some guys who are worth a darn. That's the only way we can get that real competition. And then honestly, if you bring in real competition, maybe more people will be able to take off the love glasses and see maybe some deficiencies with AJ. But I will give AJ his props. He's been holding down that corner position for Atlanta since coming out of Clemson the best way you possibly can. It's just
that ain't saying much.
New regime. Yeah, I'm just saying. New regime.
That ain't saying much.
Hey, I ain't saying it is, but at the end of the day, we still gotta give him his props because at the end of the day, he could have been out there stinking it up all the time.
True.
And we'd be
he's had
worse.
Good moments. I ain't gonna take away from him. He's had his good moments. I ain't even gonna take away.
Yeah.
This year, he may be a little bit better. To think about it, his kryptonite is not even in the division anymore. So
yeah. Mike Evans finally gone.
Here's my thing. Since right now that we're cap strapped, as we would say, and I'm gonna give you this here. Y'all might not like it, but like I said, I'm always gonna pump and root for the HBCU kids. There's a kid out of South Carolina State or whatnot by the name of Jared Washington, and he clocked the fastest 40 time at the freaking Shrine Bowl, East-West Shrine Bowl. And that's with all the big time schools. And he's a guy that definitely plays bigger than what he is. And I would actually trust him when you talk about this guy, 75 tackles, 63 solos, and he had one tackle for loss, 4 interceptions, and then he had 3 interception touchdowns with 33 pass breakups and 1 forced fumble last year. And he was first team all MEAC 2024, 2025, and he was also the MEAC Defensive Player of the Year, and also won the Aeneas Williams Award of the Year because he beat out the other great player, which was Eric Hunter out of Morgan State, who I spotlighted a couple of weeks ago. When you talk about that, you got some dudes you can get on this team as either late draft round picks, or you can get them as undrafted free agents and you let them come here and work their way up like Kobe Bryant did. Because I can tell you right now, Gerard Washington is a problem. A lot of people don't know much about him, but when you talk about a guy that ran a 4.2 in his 40 and is a monster at tackling and is not afraid to get his head dirty, he's 6'2" and he's 190 pounds, by the way, if I didn't give you the size. Would y'all be opposed to that coming here? 6'2", 190 and a 4.2 at a 40? And I just gave you his numbers of what he had. And he's a first-team All-American 2 years straight and just won the defensive player of the year in the MEAC.
No, I would love to have somebody like that.
Yeah, I would love to have somebody like that.
He's right up the road. You don't have to draft him. That's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
You can get your offensive line first, which I've been preaching for the longest. Get your line first. You can get him if you actually don't get a lot of these other DBs. That's what I'm looking at. We got a shop at Big Lots right now, and you never know. You might get you a good recliner out of Big Lots getting him, playing him in the secondary. Just saying.
We really did have recliners in Big Lots. That's the funny thing.
That was why I said it.
Really did.
Hey man, you get you a comfortable recliner, but
I got a pretty decent food time from Big Lots.
See?
I sure did.
So let's talk about the soft team rebuild is the blueprint for next year's major moves. Smitty, we're gonna start with you. What you got for us, man? How do you feel that this soft rebuild is going to start the blueprint for next year?
Can't hear you, family.
Setting it up pretty nicely because these 1 year deals, they're not guaranteed. So that's what you do when you try and transition from one regime to the next. Sound a lot of 1 year deals just to fill spots, but this draft is the starting point. I would love to see what they're gonna do, what Ulbrich is gonna do, because he told us in the press conference he has a defense now where he can just pick here and pick there. So like you said, we can see some of these HBCU players come up. But when you talk about the quarterback position, this is the most important position. Not only is Tua going for a job after the Falcons, he could end up here or he can end up somewhere else, or he can prove that he can finally stay healthy. But Also, coach said something that triggered me a little bit with AJ Terrell. I agree with it that to a certain extent because I have the same feelings toward Drake London. This is the draft. If you want to talk about star receivers or possibly finding one, this is the draft to start doing that.
Yeah.
So look, they're going to make a lot of more changes. We just don't see it. But trust me, Drake London and as he said, AJ Terrell, we could see another one of these veteran moves in the next, I would say, year. So trust me, we headed in the right direction. They just got to keep making the right choices and bringing in these guys to fill spots and contracts coming off the book. So I'm just waiting.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Smitty, you heard too, man.
Fact.
Oh yeah, I've been talking about Drake London. I've been talking about Drake London for what 2-3 months. Trust me,
for sure.
I'm telling you, I would not pay $35 million for a receiver that's not Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. Let's keep it real. When we talk about playmakers, you got to have run out to the catch. You got to have breakaway speed. You just got to have that dog in you. And not saying that he's not a good receiver, but he's not on their level. They $40 million a year. Oh no.
So wait a minute.
No.
Skill set wise, he's not. But when you say he ain't got dog in him,
he got some dog.
Yeah, I don't know.
No. I'm talking about that type dog.
Okay.
Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, they totally different.
I like the way historians put it. He may not be skill set wise, but he might got more dogs in it.
Exactly, because here's the thing: he's no diva. And my thing is this: we already got a diva at tight end that's pretty much franchise tag right about now.
Here we go.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but Ryan,
I told you. Wait a minute, Smitty,
I told you.
Gray beard. I got a gray beard. You damn right I'm gonna call it. Look, if everybody on this thing here is taking shots, damn it, I'm gonna take a shot. And
everybody taking shots.
And here's what I'm gonna tell you.
I just want to take Matthews out of here. That's all.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you. Since you want to say that, here's what I'm gonna tell you.
Like me or not, I didn't come up here to be like.
Damn it, I'm like that. I'm letting you know I don't want to be like in that sense.
But Ryan, I would tell you again, if you're talking about building this team long term,
yeah,
you're gonna take that $15 million contract over that $35 million contract any day.
So here's
if you're
the
a GM,
receivers come out year in and year out. Here's the thing.
Exactly, my point.
Here's the thing. Drake has improved every year. Numbers have gone up every year. Damn should have had 1,000 yards this year, but he was hurt and almost had 1,000 yards.
That's
true. And he didn't even start the whole season. So if you're gonna sit back and say that you're not gonna pay this man, you crazy as hell.
But
you crazy as hell. If it's anybody, I'm letting.
I know the market is what it is.
If it's anybody, I'm letting walk. If it's anybody, I'm letting walk. It's gonna be that damn unicorn that y'all like to call a tight end. Remember this: unicorns show up from time to time and they vanish. And then I'm gonna go biblical for my gospel folks out here. If you know what a Nephilim is, that is a giant. That was what Goliath was.
I definitely know what that is.
You didn't think about this. Nephilims decide to show up and disappear. It's just like goddamn pits. I'm a cussing deacon, so y'all got to forgive me. What's up, Coach Cam?
Make sure you repent before you get off.
I'm good.
No. Here's the thing with Smitty, because again, I agree with Smitty. Graybeard and K-Dub and Historian. We all know what I said from day one about Draco in the draft. I hated the pick then. I'm okay with it now. My biggest takeaway from Drake is he's still too soft coming off the line. He does not create enough separation. So if you're going to be a big time number one pick, who if you're going to be the number one receiver and you're going to take $35 million or whatever the market is going to be in about a year, you have to put up number one numbers, and he does not put up number one numbers. So when you're getting pressed at the line, throwing off timing for the quarterback, which ends up him getting hit and hurt and put on the sideline, that has a lot to do with the receivers on the outside not getting off the line. And Drake has not demonstrated that since high school, college, and in the pros for almost 5 years. He has not done it. He has not gotten better at it.
So I got a question for you.
I love Drake and AJ are one and the same to me. They have good games, but then they go on those stretches for 3-4 where they're not there.
Now, if he asked for T. Higgins money, I could go for that because we talk about 23 to 25 million. I can go for that. I get
it.
But 35,
not going to happen.
I don't think I'm gonna be real.
That up for you.
Yeah, I agree.
don't think he's gonna get. I don't think he's gonna get 35. I'm gonna be real. I don't think he gets 35, but I do think he is gonna get 29, in between 29 and 31. That was my range for him. I know you shaking your head, no, but somebody gonna pay him, Smitty.
No, what I'm saying is I think Drake is immediately 32 just because Alex Pierce is 29.
Yeah, man, that man will get paid. I ain't want to talk about this.
But this is what else you don't think about. And Smitty, here's something else you got to think about. Penix has great chemistry with him. That's his go-to. That's something else you got to think about. You don't think Penix ain't gonna say, "Hey,
think about
I need him here."
Now, if his production drops this year, if you don't have that, like what historians say, if he doesn't improve like from last year, then I can see them moving on. But if he improves, he gonna get 1,300 yard receiving. Oh, he gonna beat him.
But also, who was Penix's favorite receiver towards the end before he got hurt? It was Kyle Pitts. He stopped looking at Drake. He started going to Pitts more. So again, the timing, the availability that Pitts provides is not what Drake can give.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How many times did you see Pitts? How many times did you see Drake get doubled and he was throwing the Pitts? Let's keep it real. You a coach. We study film and we break it down, coach, because me and you talked about this.
Yeah.
Drake pretty much became what Pitts was supposed to be by taking those double teams. And let's be honest, when he took those double teams, Pitts was eating. Yeah. Let's keep that a buck. If you gonna sit here and call it like you see it. Don't just sit back and just say he didn't do this. Drake warranted double teams because he was killing defensive backs one-on-one. You put a DB on Drake that's one-on-one that definitely is not strong enough, he's gonna get dominated. So period.
No, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I'm not saying that Drake is a terrible wide receiver.
No, I know you didn't say that, but you were talking about the separation. But how can you get separation with
even when he's one-on-one, even when he was one-on-one with J.C. Horn, when he was one-on-one with Patrick Surtain, they had him at the line and he did not move.
No,
so when you're supposedly
you're right about that.
Yeah.
When you're supposed to be the number one, you have to do what you have to do. You have to have more than one move to get off the line. And unfortunately, Drake don't have that. He don't.
But let's be honest though. You say Drake doesn't have that, but let's keep this a buck though. Who else in that receiving core is also gonna block too for Bijan, who's pretty much gonna be the main guy in the offense? We already know that the offense is going through him. It ain't even when Penix becomes that guy, the offense is still going to be predicated to number 7. Everybody know that.
Agreed.
But my question is this: who's going to do the dirty work? Because Drake is one of those guys that you just don't pass up on. Just like the stupidest thing we did was let Tyler Algier walk. Yeah, I said it. I stand on it.
Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah.
So again, but when you let that go, it's crazy.
But to
he wanted to be a starter. He wanted to be a starter, man. That's the key thing. It's not about. It wasn't even about the money because I think he got chump change to go to Arizona. So it was about him being a starter, man.
But you know what? But here's the thing. He even said he still wanted to be in Atlanta because the price that he actually stated was actually team friendly.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was team friendly.
But if
let me say that right quick.
To
K Dub's point about Drake. Having to have a good season this year, having to put up numbers. Y'all got to understand, 2 of the starting quarterback, that's not going to happen. Kyle Pitts is going to put up them numbers because we talk about a guy 2-3 step drop, get that shit out of there right quick. And guess who the quarterback's best friend when it comes to that?
Tight end.
And think about Kyle Pitts strengthen his offense, run after the catch.
Yep, I agree.
So Drake might be ass out anyway.
Here's the thing that the only rebuttal I have back as far as like the whole thing with Kyle Pitts and everything. Okay, so Bijan Robinson is in the backfield. We have to get 2 yards. Are you going to run outside zone to Kyle Pitts side, or Drake London side?
Drake.
We gotta have it.
Drake.
About time y'all cashed in on some common sense with this.
Okay. So my thing
but think about it. When you talk about that, this somebody had 2 tight end sets.
I understand. Guess I was about to get to that too, because the tight end really flourishes in this system.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be. But what happens if you start trying to have Kyle Pitts do that little choppy stuff at the line that he's terrible at, by the way, and everything, and starts trying to gain separation? And what happens when he's unable to gain it? And that 3-step drop.
That was a coaching
not
flaw.
Even open. Then
that was a coaching flaw. When
so
you
here's
know,
the question.
When you know you got Kyle Pitts going out, put 2 tight ends in and line him up on the outside. That's common sense.
So here's my question for you, because here's the thing, Smitty, they're not gonna have a ton of those type sets for him like that, and you know,
I know it.
So
I know it. I'm gonna
put this. So I'm gonna put this out here for you, fam. They're not gonna have a lot of those sets like that for him. Now, what are you gonna do when you're running pretty much 2 tight ends, double tight, ace, and he has to block? Because this offense is a balanced offense where they run 60% of the time and throw 40% of the time. Mm-hmm. Drake fits our offense because the type of receiver that Stefanski does want is a guy that is going to pick up those yards like that on the outside. Yeah. It can do that, but he's not a great route runner. And then you got to remember, we just signed Austin Hooper. Might not have all the speed in the world, but has always been one of the best route runners as a tight end.
Also a great blocker. Also a great blocker.
And he catched the ball.
One of the best blockers too. I mean,
exactly. So
and I add this right quick when we talk about blocking.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the reasons why Bill Callahan here. He can help anybody with that. Kyle Pitts, Drake London, anybody.
You want to be honest? You want me to be honest with you?
Uh-huh.
And Cam, and you know where I'm going with this. I'm a former ball player myself, so I'm gonna tell you like this. Blocking is what we call effort. Blocking is what you have to be willing to do. Blocking is something that it's got to be in here. Mm-hmm. You're not you're born, you're either born with the will to try to take another man's will, pause, or guess what? You're gonna get run over. And it's just like being on the defense. I'm a former safety. And the thing is, I played both sides of the ball in high school. I'll tell you the honest to God truth. You have to be willing to do that, because what you're doing, you're giving yourself up to give somebody else the glory.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you can't be a coward to do it. And I'll stand back and say it. I don't want to hear, oh, well, he's improving with this. Still not blocking with the effort that he should be blocking with.
Yeah.
Blocking and tackling is pretty much not for cowards.
Right.
I'm gonna call a spade a spade. My idol is Walter Payton. It's a reason that Jim Brown, rest in peace, said this about the GOAT. And he even said, Walter, he said, we were great warriors, but he was a great warrior. What set him apart was the fact that he wasn't scared to hit a 300-pounder in his mouth. He stepped up and knocked the hell out of folks. Something that Tyler Algier did.
Yeah.
So again, if we're going to sit back and put this on him, he's got to produce in that sense, because you don't need your running back going down with an injury because he decides to ole and BS on blocks. You can't do that.
Yeah, facts.
Think about this too, y'all. Like, there's an opportunity that we're going to run a lot of jumbo sets, so those 13 personnel, because and the only reason I say that is because, I mean, there's still plenty of time. It's only the 12th. But I was expecting to possibly see maybe Charlie Warner maybe cut, because you say that $4 million. But the fact right now, we have Charlie, we have Austin, and you got Kyle. So you could have
Simon.
Austin
and Joshua Simon
and Simon.
Pitt's replacement.
So again, right now you got all those tight ends. You're gonna have 2 right here. You may have Kyle Pitts, stretched out wide. That's gonna be the 3 tight ends right there. You're still gonna have a receiver, Drake London, and you still got Bijan Robinson. So, again, the way that the offense is set up, you never know. You really could see Kyle Pitts being that number 2 option, something that I've been talking about ever since last year. If you want to get the best out of Pitts, and again, I'm not saying that this is right or wrong, but if you want to get the best out of Pitts, you have to involve him. You can't have him go out there, run 10 straight plays, and he don't get no targets. He's going to disengage. Now, again, I'm not saying that this is right, because there's players that'll run every single route, never get the ball, and you don't hear nothing from him.
Facts.
But if you want to use Kyle Pitts effectively, keep him involved. If not, it's time to move on, because not keeping him involved, the body language is going to be there. I'm not getting the ball. It just, we've seen it too many times for it not to be a thing. So,
but Chris, it's called being a professional, dog.
Bro, I agree.
If you at this level, you getting paid this amount of money or whatnot, it's called being a professional. It's just what it is. I get it. I understand what you're saying, and you're absolutely right. But if you're going to be one of the faces of this franchise, it's called you got to be a team player. Jake Matthews is a prime example of that right now. He just restructured his contract just so we can bring in more pieces because he wants to win. And sometimes you're going to either be the dog or you're going to be the fire hydrant. You get pissed on sometimes or you piss on it sometimes. Just what it is, like the old folks say. And you're not going to get all them touches. I'm sorry. The offense goes through number 7.
It does.
Yeah.
And you still got 5 who's really ahead of you too. And I'll say you still got 5 who's ahead of you too.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they trying to get number 7 MVP. That would look like.
Your last offensive coordinator. Look, the last offensive coordinator tried to get him that MVP.
Hey man.
Yeah, I think gonna take it to another level this year.
Yeah, I mean, you seen what kind of year he had? This new offensive coordinator gonna be all in love with himself.
Man, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm really on this whole train as far as like I really wish that we did keep Tyler because I thought that those two can really balance each other out. But we have to still get somebody in here. I don't care if it's in the agency. I don't care if it's in the draft. We have to get somebody to take a load off of Bijan Robinson.
Every one of those guys I've seen at the combine. I just don't know which one they fell in love with or which one they like.
I like Mike Washington the best.
I like he looked good. He looked good.
Smitty, you know he ain't finna be around. Somebody snatching him before we get him.
I seen a lot of. I seen about at least 4 or 5 guys I would take. Yeah. So I mean, it's some guys out there. It's some quality guys out there.
Veterans. What about like a Brian Robinson Jr. in Atlanta?
I like
the
veteran.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Well, you know the guy he went to Washington. So
I just feel like they're gonna go, a cheaper route. Take somebody late in the draft. You really don't have to pay as much. That's what I'm saying.
I can see that.
I give you a guy that I would take.
That's real too, K.
So here's the thing. I got a guy for you, Emmett Johnson. I'll take him out of Nebraska. That is a must at backfield. So that's how that we pretty much already have been on. But hey,
I like the
that's why I said he taking running back.
Penn State running back. He a Tyler Algier type back.
Yeah.
So my Singleton?
Yeah, I like him too. I like him too in the combine. Yeah.
And remember, Alvin Kamara is also up pretty much for possibly leaving New Orleans. Would you take him if he was available?
Absolutely.
Yeah, go to my page, y'all, to see it. I already talked about it. That's one move I would love because he on the back end of his career. He's pretty much, always been a running back by a committed type player. So he fits well. Pass game, can run. Yeah. And you don't have to change things up. You don't have to really have to change it up.
Yeah, rumor Haggard, the Ravens in Miami are gunning for him.
The Ravens, I can see that.
Yeah, I can see the Ravens. But I ain't gonna lie to you, like you really just could just come back home, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. We already got Bijan, so we're not gonna ask you for a whole lot. We're gonna ask you for a nice sample size. You can play against the Aints every year, so you can still go back down there and all that good stuff like that. The writing is on the wall. They just got was it Trevor Etienne? No, Travis.
Yeah.
Trevor Etienne.
He went home. He came back home.
So Smitty, you pretty much have a super
sound good. It sounds good. I just feel like we're gonna go with
only if they release them
because of the cap.
So hold up.
Only if they release Kamara. Don't try to trade anything.
No, they ain't gonna trade him.
Then pick up the phone and see what you want to do.
Nobody gonna trade him. Somebody spending some money. Hold up, wait. We gonna keep talking, but somebody's spending some money. So Smitty, they pretty much are coming off of your page. So you got a super chat. So I got you with the sound effect. Let's go ahead and get it.
Got it.
Yeah, old Ted DiBiase, the $1 million man.
Shout out to Jay Black, man. One of our biggest supporters, man. He said, how much trading back y'all predict Ian would do in the upcoming draft? We got 5 picks right now.
I thought it was
with that, even with the second round pick, I can see him trading back.
I think I'm trading back
because
twice.
if they had their board set up in a certain manner, if certain players are going already, and a certain big name that's big on their board are still on the back end of that 48 pick, that's going to be the first one. So that could be 2 picks. So I could see possibly twice.
Yeah,
that's what I see twice. I see twice. One in the third and one in the fourth.
I say second and fourth because with no 5th round pick, with no 5th round pick, that 4th would get you trade back to the 5th and possibly get another 6 and maybe a 7 depending on who you trade with.
Yeah, so, I think it's gonna be the back end more so like the second and third round.
I stay at my second round pick and take a quality player. I feel like it could be a starter, turn into a starter, and then I accumulate picks in those later rounds. Because we do pick well in the later rounds. I mean, I know this is a new regime, but just going off the history of the Falcons of picking well in the later round.
And think about this too, K-Dub and panel. This is what I've been saying the whole time. No matter where they pick or who they bring in, they got the perfect stack to help develop.
Yeah,
they can help develop. So that's a good thing.
Take a couple linemen late. Let's try to develop some linemen.
Smitty.
Yeah, I agree.
$17 million, and you brought in players that can actually play. Now we just gotta hope that they can stay healthy because a lot of the players that we brought in have had injury history. But if I'm grading it, I give it a B-. I'm a little tough on the grades, and the reason I say that is because the injury history. I give it a B-.
I can agree with that.
If we nail it in the draft, it's a possibility that it moves up to an A. That's where I'm at with it because you covered everything that you needed where you got depth position issues. Think about it. We got a couple of linebackers. Somebody's going to push J.D. Bertrand out their room. Trey Anderson will probably stay before Bertrand.
Hopefully he already out the room.
Yeah, Bertrand.
We're gonna put him out the room and lock the door.
That's all.
Don't come back in.
Where's Josh Woods? Go ahead and slide right on in.
That's all I'm saying. Josh Woods will probably end up being a linebacker. You ended up getting Channing Tindall. You ended up being in a situation where you have an edge rusher now. You got 2 of them, Azeez Ojulari, and you got the kid from Cleveland that you just picked up. So when you look at that, they're already in a spot. And most people don't understand this. Ian Cunningham learned this from Ozzie Newsome. Go back and look at those Ravens teams that picked up kids. Because I can tell you right now, go back to that Super Bowl and look at Jacoby Jones out of Lane College. He started at LSU first and then ended up transferring to Lane College, HBCU, by the way, and being one of the most explosive players in that franchise during that time he was there. Ray Rice came out of Rutgers. I mean, think about it. They were scouting, and when Ian was on that staff, he was one of the scouts that was going around to the smaller schools with talent, and they were bringing guys in.
Man, you can start with the quarterback. Nobody wouldn't scout no Joe Flacco like that.
No, you got to look at what Flacco was at Delaware. Flacco was a killer. Before he got old, he was a killer.
Yeah, he putting up numbers. He put up numbers at Delaware.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
So
then on top of that, he was athletic too.
And then you got to look at Philly. And then you got to look at Philly where Ian came. They pick up small school guys. Pretty much look at their offensive lineman. They got a guy that played rugby and taught him how to be an O-lineman. And it's one
Brian
of
Westbrook out of Villanova back in the day. Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Westbrook.
So,
Brian Westbrook.
So Brian Westbrook. So again, if we gonna sit back and think about it, fellas and folks in the chat, Ian is playing chess, not checkers.
Hey, he ain't doing anything, man. He ain't doing anything, but he bring them dogs in. So
strategy is key.
And we still got. And here's the best part: we still got money for a rainy day.
Exactly.
You got to pay your draft pick.
Hold up, and we got kickers. You got Nick Folk that has a career percentage of 85%. We went through 6 kickers last year, folks.
Do you think we draft one this year?
Do you think we draft the kicker?
I mean, now I pray that Father Time don't catch Nick Folk because he is.
Man, what you talking about? I was
He's
like,
a hell of a
it
I mean,
fall off the cliff.
I'm not worried about it because Vinatieri kicked he was 45. So
No, I'm with you on
Yeah,
that.
hey,
But
like, hey, look, we do
Freakish athlete.
Hey, the Falcons organization does well
Right, Red Bill.
with old kickers. We
Oh
do
yeah,
well with old
hey,
kickers.
Brian.
Mike Bryant.
So when I
Yeah,
seen that sign, and I was like, yeah, we do
and
well
think
with
about
old
it.
kickers.
I was in the rain and the cold when Nick Folk beat the Falcons in New York. I was sitting in there watching it.
I remember that game.
And he hit that. And think about it. And we said this. We want a kicker that can kick outdoors. He didn't miss a kick last year. He went 26 and 26 inside the dome. So again, kicking in the Meadowlands, it's windy as hell on some of those winter nights. He kicked in Buffalo, where it's windy as hell during the wintertime. So we got a kicker that can kick in all elements. And that was the main thing. And we got a punter.
Yep.
Who can kick
Really.
in every element.
I like the punter. To be honest with you, that was an underrated signing anyway, because I mean, shout out to Bradley Pinion, but it was time to move on. You know, there was
flip the field. We got to flip the field.
What we needed from him. So
we got to flip the field, man. Because
yeah,
every time we kick, they'll get about 15 to 20 yard average on up, and they're pretty much in good field position. So flipping the field is the potential for to even get the playoff this year if you want to.
I'm with y'all on that. I'm looking at, like you said, I'm looking at everything that we have. And you literally just addressed an issue that we had last year with special teams, because we should have had at least 5 games won if we had a kicker. 5 games should have been won if we had a kicker.
Yeah.
The first game of the season.
So what they did say, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and change out this whole special teams unit, and then let's see how many wins we get with this these Band-Aid players. I believe they can go get 10 wins with the same team they got right now with the guys. Bunch of guys they got 1 or 2 year deals. We're gonna see.
It's a long George jersey. Wow.
You gotta make sound decisions. You gotta make sound decisions in those crucial moments during those pressure cooker situations, like when you gotta call timeouts, when to go for it, when to not to go for it, when to kick it, when not to kick it. So I mean that's the key thing. And when you do get a long field goal, hit it. And stop going wide right.
Man, I pray for good clock management this year. Amen.
Gotta win the game within the game this year, man. Gotta win
Well,
situation.
I think with the offensive staff, clock management ain't gonna be no
problem. That's K-Dub. K-Dub, the feds tapping your line.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was yours. It was buzzing. Hop back in, man. We got to bring K-Dub back. That was buzzing real. That was buzzing kind of loud. I about fell out the chair.
Man, what?
Go do it when the draft hit. And when it's time for us to pick, what position you think we gonna key in on?
Offensive line.
48. At 48, I'm saying trenches, period. It don't matter if it's defense or offense for me.
I think we trade back and
That's
get
what I was thinking.
picks.
That's what I was thinking.
But here's the thing. Once you trade back at your picks, it's a defensive lineman, an offensive lineman that you need to grab, because right now we still don't have a defensive tackle.
We need that.
We don't have a defensive tackle, and we need to get a defensive tackle to solidify the defense first. That's just me. Now, if we go offensive line first, I'm okay with that too. But we have a defense already set up in place. We just need a defensive tackle right now and a corner. Those are 2 things we definitely need. And then I feel like all the rest of them picks, start grabbing those boys from the Midwest, North Dakota States, the Memphis. Get those guys that are offensive linemen that aren't sexy. We got some offensive linemen we're gonna have in the spotlight.
They said Coach Ali was out there working out guys up there in Clemson, so we might looking at some of those guys.
I tell you what, keep it close.
I'll take Cape Hart in the 4th round.
Yeah,
if he's there, I'll take Cape Hart in the 4th round.
You know what? I keep a close eye on what Chicago do, because I think Ian gonna try to make a move with Chicago to get some more pick in the draft.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Chicago, man, it's so funny about the Bears, man. Have y'all been seeing the Bears fans? Them folks have been still pounding the table trying to get draft picks. We'll get you some draft picks, all right. We'll get you some draft picks. We're gonna do a deal with us and help us get some draft picks then.
Fact.
only if the price right. That's the only
Right. That's always only if the price right.
Only if the price right.
I know this might throw everybody off. I just want to ask. It's just a question. So I don't need everybody trying to have pitchforks and torches.
Uh-oh.
What if they decide to Grains King? In the backyard. I said, what if they decide to grab Haynes King? I want the defensive tackle out of freaking Ole Miss, Harris, Xavier Harris. That's what Harris. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, we talking about quarterbacks. So we got one that's on the wheel. They bring in can be a backup for this dude. Because you already know that Tua's going to be gone after this year unless he balls out here.
I said it already. They got a staff they can develop. I'd take a chance because you know his accuracy is spotty. But when you talk about athletic ability, he got it. Yeah, he fits today's NFL and he's prototypical size. So
he's tough now.
I would go for
Penix is our guy. Let me make sure I put this out here. Penix is still our guy. What I'm saying is, afterwards, you have to have somebody that is going to be there.
You gotta have
and that's all.
Every team got to have a guy that they're developing. A third string developmental quarterback. You know, because you always want to have options each and every season if you want to move on from a guy. Because cap restrictions, things of that nature. So he fits the bill. He played tough against Georgia, even though we would beat them. He's a tough guy, man. Tough as nails. Don't seem to get injured a lot. He got a lot of things to work on in the passing game, but he can run it. So I'm not opposed to it. To bring him in. He's from right down the street. So hey,
yeah.
And we all know what he brings to the table because remember he left Texas A&M and came to Georgia Tech. And the issues, like he said, was he got beat out by Conor Wegman because he was hurt. But you see what happened. He plays through pain, plays through injuries. And I got to give him his credit because, again, he's hell to deal with if he has a team around him. And you got Alex Van Pelt as our quarterback coach that's developed some very good quarterbacks, but he was a damn good quarterback in his own right, breaking all of Dan Marino's records at Pitt.
What round would you try to get that man if that was the case?
I say 7th round.
7th round, man.
Between the 5th and the 7th.
Gonna be around.
Haynes King gonna be around day 3. Yeah.
Between the 5th and the
5th for Haynes.
Yeah, probably between the 5th and the 7th. Right.
Man, here's my thing. Got to get his heart off of Clemson. I'm telling y'all, we don't pick right out of that school. Haven't y'all figured that out?
No more. Grady Jarrett.
We don't. Grady Jarrett was a steal. AJ solid he's pretty much solid. But let's be real. He couldn't put a biscuit off of a plate with a hot fork. And we had him here.
Coming around. Look at Aurora looking like the guy.
Rook has been out of position. I think if we get a true D tackle like Xavier Harris, I think you put Rook at that.
Yeah.
Or you put him at 4 to allow him to eat.
He's not a space eater. He's a pass rusher.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
If you look at him, I told you the comparison physically is like John Randall. His motor is not like John Randall's, but is when you see him take off, he's got that quick first step, and he just don't talk trash like John.
Right.
John Randall was a grown man.
He was different, 5'10".
I'm telling you, grown.
I mean, I don't know. They say he talked, but he may not talk as much as John Randall. They said he be talking, so I don't know.
Hey, Coop, I'm just saying we don't know what's gonna happen yet. We a long way from being over.
You ain't lying.
He may still be a Falcon, but
Nate Wiggins got beat like he owed somebody some money. Stop.
Yeah, he got burnt.
He got his ass handed to him this year. Yeah. You just
Nah, I don't know
Okay.
about Nate. I don't know about Nate.
I love Nate. No, I love Nate Wiggins. Don't get it twisted. I wanted Nate in Atlanta. They'll tell you I wanted Nate in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted Nate too. I did
Thank
as
you.
well.
But in that defense, where you at, and that defense was just bad last year. It wasn't just him. But if you look at it, Nate done struggled in that defense. But hopefully he gets it together, just not against us if we play.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, brand new city, brand new team might bring the best out of him. Who knows?
See, but one thing about Nate, people don't understand. He more of a zone corner than a man corner.
Exactly, like
Agreed.
Arkham was back in the day.
I just feel like we still need to draft like O-linemen in this draft. I think we need at least 3 solid offensive linemen and a defensive lineman and a corner in this draft. If we're gonna make draft picks, that's just me. Yes,
in
we
a
need
position they haven't attacked yet, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, bro.
That's the only reason I'm saying that. Yeah, we
Hey,
need a
man.
receiver, but I need O-line and D-line first.
Load it up. Load it up. Load it up.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at again. I think Ian, because he was an offensive lineman, I think regardless, he wants to hit trenches first anyway to kind of make a statement and saying like, this is what I wanted to go to. And our interview with Todd McClure, for those who didn't seen that, make sure you go check it out on either my page or Smitty's page. But
Good
he
interview,
even
by
said
the
it
way,
himself. He even said it himself that you got to build from the middle. You know, you got to start from the middle up. And Matt Ryan understands that. And then you got a quarterback and you got an offensive lineman together. It would not surprise me at all if the first pick, whether if it's a trade back or not, regardless, I still think the first pick could indeed be a trench guy. Offensive or defensive, regardless.
Even though they got a center, still take a center.
Yeah, and they brought in a center.
They brought in a center.
Out of New Zealand.
I know what you're saying. You just double it up. You'll bring in another center.
And he played with Callahan. So there's a possibility that
New Zealand won't even be the starter.
New Zealand might get kicked out to being a guard, and they might. Hey,
but bro, and to be honest with you, honestly, there's only room for one center, and I'm not saying like on the team. I'm just saying like on the starting line. So with that being said, New Zealand and Chris, Chris Living and everything. I expect it to be a competition, and whoever the best man that wins is going to be the starting center for the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, the writing's on the wall for that, and there's no room to go anywhere else. You got Chris.
I think Newsom gets beaten out because I like him, but he's a backup to me. He's a solid backup. That's what I look at. That's how I look at Newsom. I don't think you terrible, but I think you're a solid backup. You are not a starter, and they paraded around like, oh, he's gonna be a good starter. No, he's not.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Newsom did have some good numbers. I understand PFF gave it to him, but my thing is, this is where the proving ground is really going to be when that competition comes in.
But I never said get rid of the guy. I just said I think he's a quality backup. He's not a starter.
K-Dub, you notice how he put the emphasis when he said Chris on the name of that offense.
No, Chris. I was just saying, man. My thing is,
don't think I didn't catch that.
He got the opportunity to overtake him, bro. He really does. And
it wasn't that. It was the fact that you put an emphasis on the name Chris.
Get you a Chris, man. Gotta get you one. I'm just saying, we got Chris Lindstrom right next to him.
No, but I just think I like the competition we do in training camp.
Yes.
We about to keep them battle finally. We about to keep them battle.
And my thing is, I think the true battles, like you say, is in the trenches we need. The other battles we need now, secondary. We need battles at the corner, at that number 2 corner spot right now. And the reason I'm saying that is because you see what happened when Hughes went down. Kobe had to grow up a little bit. I still like Kobe Bryant, but I like him more as a nickel opposed to being the number 2. That's just me. And Billy Bowman, because eventually, folks, Jesse Bates is going to be out of here. Eventually, it's coming. Because Bowman, and I love Jesse, love Bankhead Bates. But there was times this season where he looked like he was Bainbridge Bates.
Not Bainbridge.
Just saying. He was Bainbridge Bates.
He did go missing. I think he was trying to coach up at the time. He was doing a lot of coaching up.
Yeah, because the Eggman really.
Eggman went off. Eggman went off, man.
That's what I'm saying.
He done took the mantle. But I think he was so busy coaching X-Man, he couldn't be Bankhead. And then once he said, you know what, man, you got it, man. You got all these interceptions. I need to get back to what I need to do.
But let's be real.
Best out of
Xavier Watts has got to make sure that he's ready to go with that Achilles. And I think he's not going to be ready really.
Billy. You mean Billy?
That Billy Bowman.
Ready.
That Billy.
That Billy Bowman.
Yeah, Billy had that Achilles.
My mistake, y'all. Thank you. Billy Bowman is y'all call him bad. Y'all call him Billy Badass. I call him Billy the Kid.
I call him Wild Bill.
Everybody got a name for it. Everybody got a name.
I like Wild Bill though. I like Wild Bill by anyone.
But here's the thing: we got to make sure that Achilles is ready to go, and I don't think he's going to be ready till possibly maybe week 7, or maybe week 8 or 9. Just to be honest, because he's got to get his feet up under him. He's got to get in game shape. I get he's going to be in training camp, but you don't want to rush him along, just like you don't want to rush Penix along, because Billy showed you that he is a guy that's going to come up and he's a Willie Moe type player.
Right.
He's a Willie Moe type player.
I think we'll see Billy the Kid when we go to Madrid. When we go to Spain.
You know what?
Here we go.
Wait a minute. We got a super chat. Let me go ahead and give it to you.
Got it. Here we go.
Yeah, I had to use Ted. You know I got Ted DiBiase. I love the million.
Money.
Outside of my man Razor Ramon.
Oh man,
I love Ted DiBiase though, man. That $1 million belt. That's still one of the hardest underrated belts ever.
Yeah, facts.
With the dollar signs on it, but yeah,
hey man,
Mr. Willie Doc for the $2 donation. Thank you so very much for the super. And he said, "Hey, Tip, how much we get for Tua? How much do we get for Tua? 1.3. 1.3. Falcon fans, the unbothered summer is here. When people try to come at you about your quarterback and talking about so you got Tua, he one brain injury away, the crown or whatever they gonna say, just say 1.3. At the end of the day, 1.3. And my thing is, for Tua, regardless of how you feel about him, Tua's talent is definitely worth more than 1.3.
Facts.
Yep.
Yeah. But he get paid for Miami, 99 million.
Bro, just think about that dead cap, $99 million.
Hey, look, we just in that boat with Kirk Cousins. We know how it feels.
It wasn't that bad. It was not that bad compared to that. 99 million.
Compared to that was a walk in the park.
I'm trying to tell you.
He said the worst quarterback? Absolutely not. I'm sorry. You gotta remember, we still got Tyler Choate, Spencer Rattler. So we still got
Bryce
those
Young,
guys.
Andy Dalton. I can keep going.
No.
Bryce Young.
No. I got this, fellas. I got you on this.
Don't be ignorant your whole life.
I could have swore Tua came in here and beat up.
Hey,
what
man.
we talking about?
So
he did.
It is what it is, man.
Shout out to John, man.
Let's
hold
talk
it down in Texas. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Last question. We're gonna get to it and we're gonna shut this thing down. Pete, Ped 197. What's going on, man? You've been acting, and I appreciate you, Tremel, Rob, a lot of you guys. Appreciate y'all coming through, the regulars that come through here. DeMarco Hellams is nothing but a Suicide Squad guy. And when we say Suicide Squad, he's a special team because
hey, look,
I'm gonna tell you right now,
boy, that pink slip, we want to know about him.
I argued with Pink Slip, and Pink Slip done conceded to it now.
Oh, okay.
He done conceded to it. DeMarco Hellams is really a one-trick pony. He is a crash test. What you say?
A crash dummy.
Nah, he ain't no. Here you go.
You big dummy.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Because coverage, it's a reason he didn't start at Alabama. It's a reason that he was a 7th round pick. It's a reason why that guy is an issue, because he misses more tackles than he makes.
Yeah.
Hey, remind me of a former safety that we wasted a pick on in Keanu Neal. But I ain't gonna go there because y'all already know. I have no problem.
Linebacker, he should have stayed there.
I have no
I ain't gonna
problem
lie.
with
I'm sorry, guys. I still have nightmares about the interception going off of his knee.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I just had to say it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just that's how I'm feeling. Every time we talk about that, that's how I feel. Just
That's all about.
that's
Boy,
where I'm at with it.
bro.
Boy, you out of control.
Nah, man, look, if we gonna talk about it, we got to talk about it. Look, I need a therapy session. All these damn Florida Gators that come here and don't be worth 2 dead flies smashed. I'm just saying. If we gonna
don't be surprised if Jake Slaughter end up here. So you heard it here.
Listen, wait a minute, Smitty. If we at least get a Gator player, give me George Gums. Give me
George
give me guys that's gonna be able to be a problem.
I like George Gums, man.
Like the one if we gonna take somebody,
the running back.
Sheesh. That's all I'm saying. Like, look, when have we really went right with picking out of there? Hell, the only pick that we ever took, and I give you another school that they fell in love with that we've taken, and it's only been one player that's been worth a damn, and he's Birdcage alum. Shout out to Lincoln Kennedy, by the way. Washington Huskies. We don't do good bringing them boys up.
We need to take a lot of people out of Washington. I'm like, why are we going way over there?
Penix might be an exception, but everybody that we've taken out of there except Penix and Lincoln Kennedy have been straight baloney, burnt baloney.
Yeah. Ain't that where True Fun come from?
Yeah,
True Fun's out of Washington.
Yeah, that's
True Fun came out of Washington.
Brandon Doyle came out of Oregon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Doyle came out of Oregon.
Hey man, that boy was as bad as a burnt bologna sandwich over in Techwood Homes at 88. What you talking about?
Right. No, not the burnt bologna.
Yes, burnt bologna.
Carolina
But
Pride.
Why you bullshit? Burnt bologna good with cheese.
I'm trying to tell you, Carolina Pride.
Listen, I'm not talking about where it has a little crunch to it. I know it's a difference between having a crunch to it and being fricasseed in that pan the way it's burnt and you bite into it and it tastes like a piece of charcoal. Come on now.
I ain't going that far.
Hell, you got some folks that can't even boil water, let alone cover a receiver.
No longer bologna, that charcoal. Right?
This is a sick Negro.
Man, listen.
Hey man. Man, let's go ahead and get this thing right, man. Definitely appreciate y'all for coming through. Chris,
no doubt.
Tell us where to find you, and Mr. Antoine Smith, you as well, sir.
Okay, man. Well, first of all, shout out to historian, shout out to K-Dub, Graybeard, Coach Cam, and shout out to you guys for having us on. And y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for the Birdcage alum right here. Great guys, talking great stuff all the time. So make sure y'all give them a shout out. But for me, A1 Forever Sports, that's the platform on YouTube. Please come over, like, comment, and subscribe. Be a part of the A1 family because we love to have you. Make sure you find your peace today because positive energy always creates elevation. And that's how you get your peace. And hopefully them Falcons about to elevate this year by hook or by crook. I don't care. Just get there. For real. This is a sick Negro. You better believe.
You out of control.
No, but Hawks Digest too, man. Catch me on Hawks Digest. I know the Hawks now. They're in a battle with Brooklyn, trying to go for 8 wins in a row, and that'll be the longest streak since. They're
going for 8.
Oh, if they win tonight, it'll be the longest win streak since 2020.
Yeah. Long win streak. We trying to get it. They just should have called that foul on Kuminga right there, but they ain't called it.
Yeah, man. So they're in the battle right now. But catch me on Hawks Digest as well. We over there talking about Hawks all the time. Also, Twitter A1 Forever, Instagram A1 Forever, the real A1 Forever on TikTok. Again, man, thank y'all for having us. Make sure y'all hit that like button. It's free 99. It's like my man historian always says. And hey, again, it just really appreciate y'all having us on.
Facts.
Hey, you already know I got the shirt made for that right now, right?
Oh, I believe it.
I already got the shirt. And I
with no time.
I already got right through that right now. So all y'all that be trying to bite and stuff, y'all can't bite this.
There it is.
Go ahead, Smitty. What you got, man?
Hey man, appreciate the chat for coming through, man. People coming through my page. Chat, sign in to the Birdcage, man. Sign in permission slip, sign to the Birdcage. Follow him, hype him up. Subscribe to his channel, man. He's been at it for a while. He's been one of my biggest supporters ever since I started. Well, I met him like 2 years after I started, but the last 3.5 years, he been right there, man. Very knowledgeable. And he just like me, man. He like to talk about things outside the box other people scared to talk about. So that's why we get along, man. And look, we like to talk about history of sports. And that's, how we connect. But again, man, y'all can catch me on Twitter at fatboyslim_21, man. I'm always over there blowing that thing up because that's what I do. Also catch me on Smitty Sports Machine to give y'all the latest updates, put debates on the page, and fan questions. I do those too, and sometimes they make for great videos. So if it weren't for y'all, it wouldn't be no me.
Man, Smitty, definitely appreciate that for you guys coming through. Y'all don't really know this, but Smitty is actually more like family because he went to school with my older cousin. Shout out to Charisma. He comes on here every once in a while. That's my cousin I argue with, and I be about ready to choke him sometimes. Some of the things he have.
My God, man.
Little short,
man,
light Joker.
we've been known each other since we were like 6-7 years old, man. So we've been locked in a very long time.
Yeah. I finna say, shoot, I about locked him up last year when me and him went at it on the show. But that's my dog, man. I got love for Cuz, but
he will argue till he blue in the face. This I know.
He will.
Man, but anywho, man, definitely appreciate y'all coming through. We gonna have some more shows coming up, and we're gonna be working with these guys during the off season. We got some segments that we talked about that we're gonna be working on, so y'all stay tuned for that. And we also have an interview with Miss Lynn Jones next week. If you remember Miss Lynn Jones, she was the lady that got into it with the whole media about her hyping up the head coach down in Jacksonville. So again, Miss Lynn Jones will be here.
That's
So
gonna be dope.
She'll be here next week.
Oh, definitely gotta check.
Yeah, we gotta check that out.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I had during the live stream, I kind of it was just like a little 2 minute, but I just definitely defended her because she's what's right. You know what I'm saying, in sports, and we don't have enough of it, the uplifting and all that stuff like that. So I loved it.
And they made it attack because she a female, and that's wrong. You don't do that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. They can attack her all they want because here's the thing. She's the HNIC for the Jacksonville Free Press, one of the oldest black-owned newspapers in this country. It's been around for over 100 years. So she's the one who runs it. So the hell with what they talking about. She's a boss. Everybody else is workers that came at her.
Yeah.
So we ain't gonna get into that, but we're gonna let her talk her trash next week. So we got her covered. But definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in and coming through. Like I said, we'll catch y'all then. We also got an HBCU show that's going to be coming out talking about black college players that don't really get much publicity that we're going to have. And we're still going to keep doing spotlights on players all the way around. So y'all tap into the channel, and Smitty shares it on Smitty and A1 share it on X. If you're on that platform, please check it out. Definitely appreciate it, man. So for myself, Historian, K-Dub, Glenn, aka Graybeard, Chris Tipmo, my boy Smitty, we out of here. We'll catch you next time. Ghosts.